I want to talk about collaboration. And if you've, oh, sorry, time to take another drink. Because everybody knows when I say collaboration, we all have to take a drink because it's my favorite word. It probably is the word that I say the most often. Like if somebody who didn't really have a whole lot to do in life decided that they were going to follow me around and see which word I said the most, why would somebody ever do that, right? But just in case somebody did, I'm pretty sure collaboration would be the word that shows up for me. And there's a reason why I talk about collaboration a whole lot. I talk about collaboration a whole lot because in my life, I have just had such great opportunities for collaboration. I've seen collaborations that go great, I've seen collaborations that fail, and I've seen how magic happens through collaborations. I've seen where you might be over here and doing okay, and somebody else over here is doing okay, and we're doing all right in our spheres of influence. And then when we come together, boom, it's like it's not that 1 plus 1 equals 2 that you were expecting. It's like 1 plus 1 equals a million. And it's crazy. I tell this story sometimes because there were these two women, and they were both web designers, and they were both part of our Ladies Power Lunch group. This is back in the days when dinosaurs roamed the earth and we used to actually meet in person every month. And these two women, and that's one of the things I love about our Ladies Power Lunch group too. Side note, if you're not a member of Ladies Power Lunch, go to growsmarternotharder.com/Facebook and come join us because we want to support you. But these two women, no, they're both doing the same sort of business websites, but they were not at all even considering competition. They looked at each other, they saw each other from across the room, they were meeting each other for the first time. And the next thing I knew, one of them had moved around the table. I'm telling you exactly as it happened. She moved around the table, she went and sat beside the other girl, and they were kind of disrupting the meeting because they were like whispering to each other the whole time. And I was loving it. I was just absolutely loving it. At the end of the meeting, I happened to have a conversation with both of them. And the next thing we knew, they were going into business together because the truth of the matter is one of them, she loves the design side of websites. Like she could lie in her bed and dream about designing websites. And then the other woman, she's like a tech genius and she dreams in numbers and code and she loves SEO. How many people here love SEO? Not me. I'm going to tell you that right now. But she is like the queen of SEO. Like if you need to be found, find her and she'll make it happen for you. And they got together and what they were able to offer the public, we talk about make sure that it's a win-win when we start talking about collaboration, make sure it's a win-win. It was definitely a win for her. It was a win for her collaboration partner. It was a win for the client because can you imagine the client now? She's getting a beautiful website that gets found. Oh, that's amazing, right? And then I feel like it's a win for the greater good too, because both of those women are now able to see greater abundance and greater expansion of both their businesses. The people that they're serving are able to get their messages out into the world in a bigger and more robust way. Everybody wins and the greater good wins. It's amazing. It's magical. I feel like it's magic. That's what magic is, right? When you see this growth and expansion that you probably wouldn't have expected otherwise. So I'm telling you all of this because I have a magical opportunity that I would love to share with all of you. And it's the opportunity to be a part of the next Ladies Power Lunch anthology. So our Live Your Optimal Life anthology, we launched it yesterday, and it's still actually, if you're watching this up until the 17th of October, it is free on Amazon for you to download on Kindle. So you can get the ebook copy for 100% free and take a look at it because it's an amazing book. We had 18 outstanding women sharing their stories of triumph with us and not just sharing their stories, because oh my goodness, stories are a dime a dozen. If you want a story, you've got a story. Google a story. There's a story out there somewhere. But not only did they share their stories, but they showed us how the lessons that they learned. Welcome back, Ilya. The lessons that they learned during their experience in life, they show you how that can apply to you and your life. And then at the end of every single chapter, and this is my favorite part of the book, at the end of every single chapter, there is an integration. There's an exercise. There's something that our author is asking you to workshop in your own life. And there are 18 chapters in this book. So let's say you picked one chapter to work on an integration per month, one integration per month. By the time we get to the next 18 months, the next year and a half, I feel like you could be living your optimal life. I'm just saying, I'm giving you 18 months, and I'm not even joking. I'm talking about magic here. And that's the whole purpose of what we do with Ladies Power Lunch. Yes, we're an amazing place for women to come together, to network with each other, connect with each other, and collaborate with each other. But one of the things that you will notice is that there are very many messages out there. If you turn on your TV, you turn on your radio, you look on Instagram, there's so many bombarding messages, but somehow the messages of peace and love, the messages like the messages that our Ladies Power Lunch members have to share with the world, those are the ones that are number one up front and center. And so what would happen if we were able to bring those messages, those high vibration messages into the world in a bigger way? What would happen? I mean, there are people out there who are losing sleep at night because they need the thing that you do. They need to learn about the thing that you've been through. They might be going through that right now. And you could be the one who gives them that helping hand up. So this is important. One of our members likes to say, how dare you not share your story? And I've adopted that, so it's mine now. How dare you not share your story? You know, you're here for it. Robin Clare says that she had a vision of inviting us to be in service with the things that we're going through. It's not just for our entertainment, is how Robin Clare puts it. We're here to be in service. And so, that being said, I want to invite you to think about how you could add your story to the next anthology that's coming up. So I just want to very quickly, because we're gonna hop into lunchtime and we're probably a little bit over, but I don't think you all mind too much. I just want to ask Marianne, Amber, Ilya, I'm going to ask you to come off mute and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. The first question, maybe Marianne, you might take this one. You've been a part of Ladies Power Lunch anthologies in different capacities, whether it's editing or writing a chapter, being a part of the collaboration process. What made you say yes in the first place to even being a part of this? Crazy idea.
I think the messages always like hit home. They resonate with who I am or who I'm looking to become.
Mhm.
So I knew that being a part of it would not only feel good to me, but it would expand who I'm becoming. Um, you know, getting to participate with other authors. I've met more collaboration partners. Collaboration partners even within Ladies Power Lunch, even for my work. My books and things. Everybody so far, I think, that's collaborated with me on a book has come from Ladies Power Lunch. So being a part of that, amazing. Being a part of this group, and then, like I said, getting to share with authors in the group as we go through the process of being in an anthology. We have those author meetings and catch-ups and updates, and it just makes it a close-knit, you feel much more a place of belonging in that safe space. So I do it for the love, the joy, and the expansion.
The love, the joy, the expansion.
Yeah.
Who likes love? Who likes joy? Who likes expansion? I'm going to raise my hand. Definitely me. So if you want love, joy, and expansion, come join our next collaboration. You heard it first from Miriam Pack. Amber, how about you? Why did you say yes? I love Amber so much, folks. Amber is one of our best-selling authors. And yes, we are bestseller in very many categories, including women in business, which makes perfect sense. But we're also number one in spirituality. So, I mean, that's amazing. Amber, why did you even say yes to this? I mean, there's so many things that you could be doing with your time. You're not sitting around twiddling your thumbs. Why yes?
Such a good question, Davia. I mean, personally, any opportunity to work more closely with you is always a yes. So there's that. But I think from a bigger picture, business wise and just general like humanness wise, it's really fun to collaborate with others. Like there's something magical when we really understand what it looks like to come into community with other humans, and particularly like-minded women who are really looking to honor that the rising tide lifts all boats. And so being able to help others, help myself have mutually beneficial, beautiful relationships with other business owners, and that our group impact is going to raise the vibration for everyone who comes in contact with our anthology, with our book, with our events, with these people. Why would I say no? Like, why wouldn't I do this?
I love that. That's so awesome. Oh my goodness, Amber, that's amazing. And Amber, where are you connecting with us from? Can you just share that?
I currently live in Las Vegas, so that's where I'm connecting from.
LPL road trip, I'm just saying. And Marianne, can you share where you're connecting from?
Texas.
Woo, and everybody knows everything's big in Texas, so road trip to Texas. Here we go. All right, Miss Ilia, where are you connecting from?
From Portugal.
Ilia's connecting from Portugal. So I have a suggestion. Why don't we all just go on retreat to Portugal and go hang out with Ilia for a minute? I feel like that's the best idea ever. Yeah. So we have already 3 trips planned for LPL. Tune in next time as we plan all that. So Ilia, why did you say yes all the way from Portugal to being part of this amazing anthology?
I don't know if you remember, we had a talk.
Yes.
And I asked you, what is your intention with this anthology? And you said, I would like to bring in more peace into this world, more inner peace. And I resonate with that.
Yes.
And how I feel it, this is the feminine way. And we are each in a different physical body, in a different physical location. But it's like we share one unifying message, and we share one heart. And we all care about the world and the planet, and to make this world a better place so that our children, possibly grandchildren, have a place to live. So for me, that you give us the opportunity, and you put in your time, your effort, your energy, your endless patience for us to create this possibility to indeed bring a positive message into the world that gives hope. Because if we see the news, it's just so easy to go in despair and to want to dissociate, to want to disconnect, and to feel, I cannot live in this world. I don't know, it's awful. But I feel what our book is doing, what you are doing, what is your intention also, everything that you bring, is that we get empowered. We realize, no, but I have a voice. I have an answer. You have an answer. And if we share that, we see there is a way out. We can co-create a better world. If we as women unite our voices, bring in our own way our qualities. And so I resonate with Amber. Why would I not say yes? I feel it's also my duty as a member of the human family to step up and to be of service and to bring my medicine based on my own healing journey to the world, because I think more than ever we are really, really needing this kind of books.
It is a responsibility. I feel like you've said it so beautifully. It is a responsibility. We have a job. It's something that we have to do. Thank you, Ilia, for sharing that. I'm going to ask you, Amber, because you are the systems queen. You know how to keep us organized, and you know I resonate with that so much. And I'm going to ask you to unmute, how was the process of all the things that go into making the book, building the summit, getting this message out to between 20 and 50,000 people who need the message? How was the process for you? Did it feel heavy? Tell us a little bit about how that was.
So it definitely did feel heavy. I do think there was a bit on the front end of course I would say yes, but do I really know what I want to say? Like, what does that message really look like? And you and Elizabeth and the team did such a great job of supporting us to create our writing and share our stories and really be able to show up in a way that works for us. The calls that were done and the collaboration that was created throughout the process brought the authors together as well. And so it definitely, I won't say it always felt easy, because I don't think everything feels easy when we're doing things, but it did feel simple and supportive, and I never at any point felt like I was alone in the process. So I knew that if I needed something, or if I was struggling, or if I wasn't sure, that y'all were there to support. And for me, that's what's most important, that connection piece that came with it.
Thank you for sharing that. How about you, Marianne? How was the process?
Oh yeah, I have to say, not everything feels easy, but overall, yes, definitely, there was support, there were the author meetings, you always felt updated, you didn't feel like you were floundering out there and not knowing what was going on. There was always even a camaraderie kind of feeling between people.
Did you feel like you got a chance to get to know the other authors, to connect? Was there enough space for that?
Um, the only thing I would add for myself, would be rather than just always having an author meeting about, what's going on and what's the next step we're going to take and that kind of thing. If we just had a little bit more time to visit with each other, but
Okay, I take
that
that.
that would only be the little addition I would have, even if it was
Mhm.
another whatever 15, 20 minutes of chatting between each other,
Yeah.
because some of us are just meeting each other for the first time.
Mhm, mhm.
And then even encouraging, like, everybody's schedule is really busy, but even encouraging amongst the authors, have a coffee chat with somebody,
Mhm, mhm.
whatever, that kind of thing.
I like that. I like that. That's right
Yeah.
up my street. So I love, love, love that. How was the process for you, Ilya?
Yeah, I resonate with it. I felt very held and supported by
Mhm,
you, by Elizabeth, just really feeling in a safe environment.
mhm,
For
mhm.
myself, there were moments, it's like, okay, was my first time writing, like, oh, okay, can I really do this? Did I say yes to something that is just over my head? So I had to work through some, let's say, inner insecurities. But I could do that because I felt safe and because I felt held and because I did not felt pressured, but supported, empowered.
Mhm, mhm.
So I see it as when we get born, every birth process, there are some bumps in the road. It's not always easy, but if we keep moving, then we are born, or in this case, we give birth to something, and that just feels amazing. And then we can get proud of ourselves and feel confident and say, well, this tasted so well. Maybe next anthology, I want to participate again because I now got the taste of it. I really like this. I now know I can do this. And indeed, I have something to share with the world. Because for me, this is the most important thing. That, let's say, I consider myself a normal woman. I mean, I am a mother, I have my work, but I did not see myself as an author or somebody that has something valuable to share. And I think that's where we all need to wake up. That it's the feminine inner wisdom that I think will give us the solution, the way out of this mess that we are all in together. So, and in that sense, I would encourage any woman that may have a feeling of, oh, maybe I'm cold here. I don't know. This is. I feel my body is getting excited. But now maybe who am I? Who am I?
Bye.
Let that go. Trust what you feel, and trust Dr. Davia, Elizabeth, Marianne. You're in a very solid theme of, I don't know if we want to call it soul midwives, and your story, if it wants to get out in the world, it will get out.
I love that. And I just love connecting with women who have these amazing stories. And I love helping get those stories out into the world. And I really firmly believe that there are too many anthologies out in the world that are just sitting on people's shelves doing absolutely nothing. And so I have a mission to make sure that when we do our anthologies, that they actually get into the hands of 20 to 50,000 people who need to hear that message, that our summits are connecting with many people, that we are, through our TV show and our podcast and all the ways that we use to share the message, that in all the ways we're getting these messages into the hands of the people who are losing sleep at night because they need these messages so that they can light up. And then as they light up, they can share their messages with the people who are their folks, and their folks can light up and do the same. And on it goes. And I tell people all the time, I have grandiose ideas because I really believe that this ripple effect is what's going to change the world. It's what's going to make the world a better place. One book at a time, one summit at a time, one TV show at a time, one podcast at a time, one post in our Facebook group at a time. We just keep chipping away at it. But when there's so many of us with the same voice, it's a big voice. So I want to just take a minute to give you the details of the Ladies Power Lunch Grow Smarter Visibility Circle. That's what we call it, because we are making these messages visible, and we link arms together in a circle. So get it? Visibility circle? Okay, I know you would get it. So basically it's all about, and I'm trying to make sure that I get all the points in, and I have them over here on my other computer. Basically, it's a 12-month container, but about 10 of those months we have calls together. The first 2 months, well, the first month the call is with, it also includes the people who were in the previous anthology and bringing in the new. The second month is December. So obviously we don't have a call during December, but during December, there is an opportunity for some work on your own, because what we start with is, what's your message? We start with the messaging. What's the message that you want to share with the world? Then we go on to talking about how are we sharing that message. So things like storytelling, a lot of the things that we do in the first few months, they're not just things that are going to contribute to your chapter. They're also things that can contribute to your overall branding and marketing strategy. So it's kind of worth it in a way for your whole business when you focus in this way. Then we start talking about using collaboration to market, and we do some list building activities together, that sort of thing. And then we start talking publishing. So we're talking about your editing calls. We're talking about, building out your story. We're talking about your story outline. We're talking about what are the worksheets that you want to have at the end. And then we start to talk about talking about your story. So speaking, getting on stages, podcast, summit, getting prepared for summit, right? Because we never push any of our authors out on stage to just get out on there, you do you, see how it works out. It's not like that at all. We want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward as you share your story. So those are just some of the things that we focus in on. And I believe there's room for us to also add in some more networking and masterminding together so that we can be more cohesive as we share our messages. There are 6 strategic planning and content building calls that are separate from our group call. And those are the calls that you use with your editor. So, how Amber and Ilya and Marianne were saying that they never felt unsupported. There are built-in times for you to have conversation with your editor to get your story down to. A lot of the people who are part of our anthology have said to me that sharing their story has been helpful for them personally, because it was kind of a catharsis. And sometimes when we're sharing vulnerable stories, that can be a little bit difficult. And so having support from team while you're sharing that story can be really important. And so we try to make sure we build that in. Let's see, what else is there? I mentioned before, we do our collaboration campaign. So that's a whole list building strategy that helps to build your list. We do the bestseller campaign. So it's nice because at the end, you get to be a best-selling author. And we've done 5, 6, we've done 8 books so far, and every single one of them has been a bestseller. So I have no reason to believe that the next one won't be the same. Makes sense, right? And I I'm really looking forward to seeing how that one pans out. I'm so excited right now because we're number one in women in business and we're number one in spirituality. Come on, guys. Those are the two categories that we were trying to hit. Those are our folks. And when we're number one there, then other people who are interested in women in business topics will find us. When we're number one in spirituality, other people who are interested in spirituality will find us. So again, it's not just about the optics of it, like, oh, I'm a best-selling author, which is awesome. Yay, I'm a best-selling author, but also it's about other people being able to find you when you're a best-selling author. So you'll be part of that bestseller campaign, and that's amazing. You will definitely be on the Ladies Power Lunch TV show. Pamela is one of the hosts on the network that I am also a part of, the Win Win Women Network, and that's an international network. It's the number one, say it with me, Pam, it's the number one interactive women's network in the United States. And we have a channel to share our message there. What? And of course, you can find our podcast on all the things. So you'll be able to lead on the podcast. We'll even support you with information about how you can build out your own TV show or your own podcast if that's something that you want to do to keep sharing that message, keep that message going. And of course, there is all the support that we try to give you for speaking and getting your message out there on stages. There are a couple of bonuses that we're offering for people who join this week. Actually, for people who join today, they'll get the complete access to the complete library of LPL courses and resources, and they'll get this VIP visibility exploration session. And that's where I sit with you personally. And actually, we math out what your business is going to look like. So that's pretty exciting. It's tons of fun for me to do. So I'm really looking forward to whoever decides to be a part of this. We usually are asking about 12,000 for people who want to be a part, but for people who sign up by next week, Wednesday, so we give a full week for you to ask your inner knowing. Am I a yes? Does this feel like a yes, or does it feel like a no? And we always want to honor that. For this week, we are offering it for 5,997, or there's a payment plan, 11 payments of 597. So it works out pretty well. Yep. And if anybody has any questions about it, you can definitely message me. The information is all at our website, growsmarternotharder.com/visibility. Makes perfect sense, right? Yeah. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything that wasn't very clear for you that you'd love for me to share a little bit more on before we hop into the next session? No, everybody seems to have got it. Well, guess what? You're gonna love the next